viewers. I'm on the way to a place called the Loose Screw, which is a beer bar in Taylor, Texas. Now this place is located inside Old Taylor High, which is the old high school. The school district has since opened up a new high school. But this is an old school high school, I guess you could say. Oh boy, is that a mouthful. And you'll see it's a pretty neat little place. They've opened up a whole bunch of shops inside classrooms inside the old high school. Come on, let's check it out. This is it. If you're wondering why I'm narrating this, it's because copyrighted music is playing pretty loudly in the background. As much as it doesn't bother me, I don't need strikes at this point on my channel. This is the inside of the Loose Screw. This is their beer bar. So the bartender told me that this class used to be a language arts classroom back when it was a high school. And I thought that was pretty interesting. But looking by all the posters on the wall, I thought it would have been a music room. But I guess maybe it's a little too small. I like how there's memes and pictures on the left and the beers on the right. Lots of fun things to play with and look at while you're drinking your beer. I forgot what I was drinking, but it was pretty good. Old Taylor High was Taylor's high school from 1923 to 1969, when it became a middle school. That was the case until 2001, when the middle school was relocated elsewhere in town. The owners bought the property from the school district and turned it into a sort of small town mall. It's home to a bar, an arcade, an ice cream shop, a gym, and a Korean restaurant, among other businesses. I'm filming this on New Year's Day, and as some of you know, it's a southern tradition to eat black-eyed peas on this day for good luck. Guess where that started? Not this school exactly, and not in Taylor. The father of actor Rip Torn, Elmore Torn, who went to Taylor High School, popularized the tradition of eating black-eyed peas on New Year's Day. Except he didn't. Or maybe he did. The history on that's a little fuzzy. I don't know. I thought that was an interesting story given the time of year and where I am. Now I'm going to take you on a little tour of the high school and see what it looks like. One of the things I like about this place is that you can just get a beer from Loose Screw and walk around with it, kind of pretending you're still in high school. So now you're some kind of big rebel, you know, you're drinking in high school, you got a pint glass walking around the hallways. I mean, it's not a high school anymore, but it feels kind of weird and kind of great at the same time. So you see a lot of these paintings or murals on the hallways, and not sure who did those, but it's a pretty neat touch. You know, your standard setups for Instagram pics and whatnot. Another nice touch is the lockers are still around. Most of them have zip ties in the lock so you can't open them up, but I did see a couple that were unlocked. Didn't open them though. I doubt there's anything inside them anyway. So here's the auditorium, and as far as I know, there's no plans on developing it, which is too bad because that would make a great live music venue, and it's just sitting there behind locked doors, which is kind of a shame because it looks pretty neat. It's kind of it's got that old high school look to it. I don't know. Maybe one day they'll do something with it. Some of you who grew up in a big city or even a suburb or two, look at this high school and it's like, oh, it's so small. Well, because when this high school closed, the population of Taylor was only around 9,500. Plus, there's a couple more buildings on the side that I haven't been to, but you have a pretty small town, pretty small high school. It only makes sense, right? I filmed this around the holidays, so all the halls are decked with Christmas stuff. And this, it's a nice little camera that you can take pictures of yourself, and you get a nice little template, and then it sends you a text with your picture, which I thought was pretty neat. They had this last New Year's when I came here, and I took a picture of myself with my finger sticking out of my fly. Pretty amusing picture. And then somebody saw me taking that picture and said, oh, it's going up on Facebook. Okay, yeah, so they see that. Who cares? But I got this first picture and then I had to retake the shot because I'm way too close to the camera, and I didn't realize that. So I had to take another one, and I stepped back a little bit, and I think it turned out a lot better than the first shot. Standing back, it makes the picture turn out a lot better, I think. So I had it sent to my phone, and I'm sure it's still up there, so if you go fast you can probably get a picture on that. Sorry guys, you don't get to see my phone number. After drinking my beer and walking around the high school, I went to this place called Big O's, which is an ice cream place, also located in a classroom. So the main thing at Big O's is they use nitrogen to cool down the ice cream a lot colder than ice and rock salt like you would make at home. And the nitrogen makes the ice cream a lot smoother and creamier, not unlike a nitro pour of a beer. Shout out to the owner of the place. I'm sorry, I forget your name. I know it starts with an O, but he was the guy that you saw behind the counter. I just talked with him for a little bit about the place, and it's under new management, and he just took over a short while ago. And I chatted with him for a little while about, his most popular flavors and how he makes the ice cream with nitrogen, and I ended up buying some toffees, which are really, really good. So shout out to Big O's Ice Cream again. When you're in Taylor, just go up and visit. And with that, that is Old Taylor High.